Grunts reporting.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They didn't even get one shot off! Oh my god! Welcome back to another episode of Saturday Afternoon Gaming. I'm your host, Gaming Jay, and today we're hopping into a game by the Bitmap Brothers known as Zed, or I guess it's also known as Z, depending on what country you're from. Here's General Zod, a Americanized robo drill sergeant, no-nonsense warrior leader dude, I guess. I say American because he had sort of the American flag tattooed on his robo body there. This game is a real-time strategy game, kind of in the vein of StarCraft a little bit. I mean, it always kind of reminded me a little of StarCraft, considering it had these, like, computer-animated cutscenes, and the characters in the game are kind of hillbilly-ish, kind of like surfer dudes. You know, in StarCraft, if you pay attention to the Terrans, they're kind of like space hillbillies. So here, there's the robots, just napping on the job. There's Alan, the robot, and I forget the other guy's name. Let's call him Craig. I guess they are American robots, although, like, these guys, if you pay attention, they kind of look like Soviet communist robos, because they're red robots with, like, gold stars, like, imprinted on their foreheads. So here they are waking up from a bender, a robo-bender, which is totally unsafe, because these guys are operating a motor vehicle. So yeah, there he is. He's got his little gold star. I don't know, maybe he's a communist brother, maybe he's an Americanized robot. Who the heck knows? But this game is very different from StarCraft and other real-time strategy games because there's no SimCity style base building, there's no resource gathering, there's nothing like that. It's much more of a territory conquering game, and the more territories you have, the faster you build units, and some territories have factories and stuff on them, and those territories are actually capable of producing units, so it's a very different style of game. I will admit that when this game came out back in the day, I was not a huge fan of it, to be totally honest. Whoa, he sounds pissed. Yeah, you can totally hear. Listen.
Fine. Don't overload yourself.
Yeah, he's totally like a surfer dude. But I was not a huge fan of this game. I found it difficult. They're rocking out, all right, with their robo juice there, gunning it to 11. Whoa! Going to warp speed. All right. Oh, and he's even given the was it the sign of the devil? Like the devil, rock and roll forever. So these guys are robots with attitude. But yeah, I was never a huge fan of this style of strategy game. I prefer sort of the StarCraft model and stuff where, like, territory is largely irrelevant. As long as you have resources and an army and a base that's producing an army, you can conquer a much larger enemy. But Z or Zed here, you know, depending on what country you're from, is much more about basically having more territory. The more territory you have, if you have a big territory and the enemy has small territory, it's really hard to make a comeback. So anyway, here's the opening screen, and without further ado, I guess let's go ahead and start a new game here. Let's do it. So I brought the Zed, and I'm going to stop at the Zed and Z thing in a moment, but I brought this up a number of times in my previous videos. Basically, if you're from the US of A, you say Z. If you're from the rest of the world, you say Zed. It's just how it is. I totally get where Z seems correct, right? Because you think you got your B and your C and your D and your E and your G. Like, there's a lot of E's in the alphabet. So Z seems like it should be totally correct. And another odd thing, too, by the way, is have you ever thought about the fact that letters are the only things that can spell themselves? Like, A could be A-Y-E, and B could be B-E-E, and C could be C-E-E, but that's like ch, so I don't know. Letters can spell themselves, it's crazy. Anyway, here's the game. You control grunts, and they conquer territories by capturing flags, as you saw there. You really have to sort of be on the mark right when the levels start, and like just send your guys out ASAP. You can also conquer vehicles, as I sent out one squad to capture a Jeep. Your team, your soldiers, here's the enemy, by the way. Here's the enemy. They're doing the same. They're conquering Jeeps and stuff, as you can see. Your soldiers will just happen, like whatever they're near, they will automatically conquer. Okay, we're gonna move up here and try and prevent the blue team from conquering this territory. There's a building, and you can select what it's building if you want. Buildings just constantly produce stuff, and you know, as I say, like your territories are just constantly outputting things, and the more territories you have, the bigger army you'll get. So it's kind of like Mushroom Wars or something like that, if you ever played that game. And oh, those guys are like, forget about going around the mountain pass. We go through the mountain pass. Those are badass robos right there. So, yeah, see, I told my guys to go there, but they're going to pick up the grenades anyway. So the AI, even for your own units, is kind of smart. If they're nearby things they can capture, pick up, they will pick it up. Oh, I think we killed the guy in the Jeep. So here's another thing. You can kill people in vehicles, and then you can capture those vehicles. So you can sort of have, like, swings, you know? Like, you can have a battle that really swings in your direction if you take out some of their pilots, and you can capture their territories. So our strategy here is basically to conquer more territories than the blue guy, and then just wait it out for a few rounds to let him starve out, and then swarm him when he has nothing. When you first conquered more territories than the opponent, oh, that guy just went down like peanuts. When you first conquer more territory than your opponent, it is possible for you to lose that territory because it takes a couple of minutes before you have more units. Like, see how every building's counting down? It says 28, 27. So that building will produce more units when we get counted down. But until we're counted down, we're not necessarily at an advantage, even though we have more territory. So there you go. So this game is kind of more like I consider these kinds of strategy games less like StarCraft and Command and Conquer, and more kind of like checkers or chess or something, where it's much more about like conquering territories. You can cancel what a building is building and select different things. So we could build a Gatling gun. Those are only two options, grunts or Gatling gun. So we're gonna go with grunts, because Gatling gun is a defensive turret. So we're accumulating some armed forces now. So now we have an advantage. If you look down at the bottom of the screen, it says 12-1. So we have 12 units, the enemy only has 1. So we're totally going to win this. It'd be really hard to mess up. Look at these critters, by the way. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked here, but can I just say I love the graphical attention to detail in this game. These, like, look at the colors and the sprites and the graphics. I consider this kind of sprite work, this is what I would call claymation sprite work. This is a kind of graphical style that I really like. It's like VGA 256 color graphical artwork. Everything looks like it's made out of Play-Doh, but it's also drawn with pixels. It's like a combination of my two favorite things. Claymation, because I love the California Raisins and Gumby when I was a kid, and pixels, because I love video games and computers. Like, it's the most beautiful computer art I think there is. I associate it a lot with Amiga games. I don't know why. But this feels like a game on Amiga. I'm playing on DOS, by the way, so I'm not playing on Amiga. We're moving forward, by the way, to conquer the enemy as I talk here. But I really dig this graphical style. It just, everything looks so cool. I don't know what it is about claymation, but claymation is totally awesome. Anyway, now I've captured the fort. See how, like, there was only 30 seconds left on that building right here? And the enemy in 30 seconds would have built a unit, but I captured the flag, and so now actually that unit is going to come out and be on my side. So the only tactic I've ever figured out in this game is to wait until the opponent's buildings are about to pump out a unit, and then swoop in with what little forces you have, capture the flag, and hold it just long enough to produce a unit, and that's the only way I know to come back from being behind. Otherwise, like, what's the computer supposed to do in this scenario? There, we blew up his whole friggin' base. Like, that's all you have to do. So, yeah! And now we get a little cutscene here where Commander Zod goes ahead and mocks the soldiers. Here are the surfer soldier dudes. Radical, man. Oh, and there you go, a giant set of speakers. Now, I do have, before I keep going, I do have one confession to make with you guys, and that is that I'm recording all this audio, like, after the fact. I sat down and did a Let's Play of this game, and you're watching that Let's Play footage right now. I recorded all of that footage live, and then after about an hour of recording, I stopped, and I looked at my file, and I realized my freaking mic was off. And so none of my voice captured. The entire game captured, all the game audio, everything, all that captured fine. All my voice was lost. It was such a bummer way to, like, end the day. the day I did that. So it's like I just put this video aside and didn't touch it for a while. So now I finally come back. I've kind of forgotten exactly what's on here. Like, I played a couple games since. I do kind of remember. My guys are off to another battle now, so I am, you know, like, legit surprised by some things that I've seen even so far. Like, I forgot the order in which I did things and so on. But, oh, I remember this, though. What was that? They were just partying in some cowboy hats. Makes no sense, but I love it. This game is sort of, in the way that StarCraft never was, it's just totally zany. Just totally leans into the zaniness. Level 2, Psychos. We're going to start this level again by trying to capture as many territories as you can. See, the guy was, like, running for the Gatling gun just by himself. And look, there's a tank. When we totally want... The tanks are, like, killer in this game, man. You totally got to capture the tanks. But capturing territories is just as important. So we want to kind of, like, run to the center and try and get as many territories as we can, so we outnumber the computer from the very beginning, so we're going to get a lot of territories really early. But anyway, after I failed and my voice didn't record, I ended up trying to replay this game. And I recorded a fresh and new, and I literally did so bad it was unbelievable. I failed at both level 1 and level 2. I couldn't pass level 2. This level 2 here we are going to pass. I know for sure that we pass this. Oh, the blue guy beat me to the center, which kind of sucks, because that's a very important territory to have. It has a tank production factory, and you really need that to win this level. But yeah, I literally lost on level 1. Then I finally made it to level 2, and I lost on level 2, and I was so frustrated because it was the second time I was recording this game that, like, I just gave up. It was like it was just like the end of a really bad day for me, and I decided to sort of scrap all that footage. I think I might have used it for the intro to this video, or maybe I'll use it at the exit or something, or maybe you'll never see it. Maybe I'll just sit on it forever and hide it from you, but anyway. I think those guys up there are going to start blasting their way through the mountain, but I'm going to sneak around to the middle. Yeah, look at them. They're idiots because they're going to attack a Gatling gun. And when you attack a Gatling gun on foot, it usually ends in your untimely demise. Oh, they killed the pilot of the tank! Oh, I'm calling bullshit on that. And the problem is Jeeps are really good against infantry. So if we can get someone over there, we can recapture the tank, but, like, it's really hard to do. So I'll send this Jeep to go and attack this guy, and hopefully then these 3 grunts can sneak in and someone can grab the tank, because that's, like, really important. Not having that tank is a big deal. That sucks so bad. Tanks in this game literally, like, one-shot Jeeps, and the fact that the enemy shot me out of a tank with their Jeep is just freaking ridiculous. The computer has some really lucky moves in this, I will tell you. But anyway, we got our Jeep back, so all is good in the world. But anyway, I think as I was saying, this game is kind of like chess, kind of like checkers. It also, you know what it reminds me of? Like, if you look in the bottom right corner and you see all the different territories, and it's like they're constantly changing color as, you know, units are capturing and trading territories and so on. It kind of reminds me of Strategama, which is a game that was played in Star Trek: The Next Generation. In, like, the really early seasons when they still had Dr. Pulaski, and she was kind of like, you know, rude to Data all the time. And Data was kind of weird in those early seasons too. But it was a game that was, like, super, super advanced. And coming onto the ship was, like, the world's best in the world player, Strategama. And people wanted to see Data play him because they assumed he would win. Because they assumed he was an AI and he would win. And then the computer, or the alien, I should say, and Data started to play, and the alien totally kicked Data's butt, and everyone was like, what the what? And, like, Data, like, got all sulky, and he, like, he thought he was malfunctioning and stuff. Turned out the alien was just better than Data, which is totally crazy, right? Like, an alien that's better than Data at a game. And at the end of the episode, actually, it was really, really good episode. Star Trek: The Next Generation, I would argue, still holds up quite well these days. But at the end of the episode, Data realized that he couldn't beat the alien, but he could force him into an indefinite stalemate. And so he changed his strategy to basically, rather than try to win, he just tried to constantly leave the game at a stalemate, and it ended up frustrating the alien so much that the guy quit. So it's like, I think that's the first demonstration of rage quitting I've ever seen on a Star Trek TV show, and that's totally awesome. It's nice to know that rage quitting is still a thing in the 24th century. But yeah, Data made an alien rage quit because he was such a troll in Strategama. So this game reminds me of Strategama in the sense of You know, I imagine maybe they're just playing a game of Zed or Z in Star Trek. Maybe that's what it's evolved into. I mean, this game did have a sequel after all, although I'd never heard of it at the time. It was Z Steel Soldiers, I think it was called. Oh God, the tank's coming for us. Oh God, what do we do? What do we do? Where's our tank? Oh, what? My guy? Oh, there's just a loose tank hanging out up there. See, one thing I find really annoying about this game is it's really hard to like keep track of all your units. I find that I'm like constantly like not sure where people are, and then when I find them, like they've been killed out of their vehicle. Oh, these guys are getting into like a little robo fight over here. That tank is like uninterested in the entire battle there. So okay, here we got some more grunts. We got to keep bringing these guys to the front line, man. We can't afford. I don't know what that tank's end game is, but he seems to be satisfied just sitting there, and I'm fine with that. But man, taking out a tank is like actually really hard. I think maybe I try and muster some units to try and shoot the tank, like to kill the tank, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking right now here. One thing that is annoying about this game is, as I say, buildings are constantly producing units, and if you want to, say, switch a unit from grunts to psychos or from jeeps to tanks, oh, this is ballsy, man. I don't know if this works at all. Maybe I'm like, if I could just kill the pilot of the tank, but instead, I lost everything. There's 2 guys left. I'm still going for it. I haven't learned. Like, they're not even shooting. They're just getting shot. Are you kidding me? Every single guy? That tank literally wiped out an army by itself. Now I'm like, forget this. Give me a friggin' tank. So I just lost time there. I'd thrown about 30 seconds, I think, into a jeep, and those guys are just dead. They're just dead. I'd thrown about 30 seconds into a tank, and I had to cancel it and switch it to... Or sorry, I'd thrown about 30 seconds into a jeep, and I had to cancel it and switch it to a tank. So another thing I don't like about this game is because buildings are constantly producing units, and the resource is time, that if you are not on the ball and paying attention to a building the second that it spawns one of your guys, and then you cancel it and switch to something else, then you've already lost resources. Like, it's kind of an annoying system. Again, reason why I'm like not a super fan of this game. That tank is still over there. I think I'm just like, I will get this freaking pilot out of this tank if it costs me 1 billion grunts. So what can we build here? Maybe, I guess grunts. It's not like jeeps do us any favors. At least grunts can capture things. What's going on over here? Oh, there's guys making a beeline for the flag. Do not let them take it. Jeez. That would not be good. Oh god, the tank is coming for me. Should we try? Well, what do we do in this scenario? I think we run away. I think that's what we do. I think I've decided it's time to peace out. Let's let the tank have it. And you know what? It's time to bring in the big guns, aka bring in my own tank. Oh, I don't know where that guy is, what he's going for. Oh, he killed me in 1 freaking shot, my god. One of the reasons I think the art in this game reminds me of Amiga is because the art, doesn't it kind of look like cannon fodder? Doesn't kind of remind, oh my god, kill the tank! Holy crap, oh, and he killed my tank. Jeez, that was, oh my god, and I think, what's happening? Are things still exploding? My god. Alright, well, at least we got the enemy tank, so we pretty much won the game at this point, as long as we just continue to bide our time, but my god. But yeah, the art in this game kind of reminds me of Cannon Fodder, which was an Amiga game, and it has a very sort of similarly Play-Doh-y feel to everything, which is totally awesome. And I'm just like scanning the map, being like, where are my dudes and what factories can produce tanks? So maybe that. This, and it kind of reminds me of also Laser Squad. You remember Laser Squad? That also has a similarly Play-Doh-y feel to things. My god. Oh, there we go. We killed the pilot. Take his jeep. Show him no mercy. Strategama! That's what we'll say from now on when we capture a vehicle or territory. Strategama from Star Trek: The Next Generation. That show totally holds up. I will fight anyone who says it does. Like, I don't know, maybe you don't like Star Trek, that's fine, but you can't say it doesn't hold up, because it's great. Especially that they're in like a fully carpeted 90s style starship. This is totally awesome. You know what game they did play a lot in Star Trek? They didn't play Strategama all that much, it was just that one episode. They played a lot of 3D chess. 3D chess seemed like, I don't know, I still to this day don't fully understand the rules. Because in chess, you have each player has 2 rows of 8 pieces, so there's 32 pieces on the board when chess starts. If you ever look at those 3D chessboards, they have like 3 pieces. It's like a queen, a pawn, and a bishop, you know? Like how do they have so few pieces? And the boards are so tiny when you actually think about it. There's like little arms that only have like 2x2 square areas. And oh man, okay, speaking of Star Trek The Next Generation 3D chess, the absolute worst thing I've ever seen in that show is there's an episode where, oh, what are these guys doing? Oh, they're blowing up cactuses. Man, they don't want to walk around anything. They're like, minor inconveniences are purpose for giant explosions. Oh my god, they almost captured that flag before my tank came out. My god, they were using that strategy on me. I don't think I noticed that when I played this originally. Man, that would have been brutal. They would have, because then they would have had a tank, and the tank could have potentially wiped out this entire army right here. This army would be useless to the tank. So, geez. Good freaking thing. That did not happen. We almost lost level right there. This is level 2. The computer cuts you no slack, I'll tell you that. But there's an episode where Data is playing 3D chess with Counselor Troy. Now, I like Counselor Troy. I like the actress and the character. You know, she's fine. But let me just say, she's not even a dumb character, you know? Like, she is as intelligent as any, you know, person in Star Trek. Like, she's totally fine, totally got her wits about her, generally. But she's playing 3D chess against Data. She would have no shot in hell. He would decimate her every time. That's like me playing chess against a computer AI. The computer's gonna win 99% of the time. And the only way I have a chance in hell of beating that computer is if I, like, practice chess. Deanna Troi is not the kind of person who practices chess. She eats chocolate in her spare time and thinks about feelings. This is not the woman who's playing chess, who's the chess grandmaster. So there's no way in hell she would beat Data. But the worst thing about that whole scene, oh, my army got totally wiped out there, by the way. Did you see? I sent like a frontal assault against the main base and they totally got wiped out. But we are winning. Look, we have like every territory but one. So this is just a matter of time at this point. But the way she beats Data is she uses her emotions. It's such bull. So she does this move that Data wasn't anticipating, and she beats him. And Data's like, "You have made a completely unanticipated move." And she's like, "Data, sometimes it's not just about logic and calculations, but about intuition and emotions." And it's like, are you freaking kidding me? Chess is nothing to do with emotions. I don't care that this is Star Trek The Next Generation. I don't care that you're an empath who can almost read people's minds. I mean, first of all, I can't read Data's mind, he's a machine. But I do not care. Oh, this is an intense battle. Turns out we didn't need these reinforcements, though. They showed up too late to the party. Alright, we just totally decimated the enemy. Didn't even need the extra dudes. But yeah, like, are you kidding me? Like, chess has nothing to do with emotions. That scene always pissed me off. I was like, Deanna Troi lost the chess game. There's no way she won it. That's just total bull. So, yeah, Star Trek holds up, but there are a few, like, little things where it's like, are you kidding? Anyway, at this point in the battle, we've basically sort of hammered the enemy into a corner, and there isn't much that they can do at this point. Again, this is sort of like why I don't think I was really a fan of this game. I was really into Command & Conquer when this game came out, and I loved the graphical style when it came out. Again, I love the sort of Play-Doh style, and Command & Conquer actually has a bit of that Play-Doh style too. Like, look at all the scenery and stuff. It looks awesome. But when you build a base in Command & Conquer, when you place like a construction yard or something, it goes blah, blah, and like kind of like springs out of the ground, and it feels very like Play-Doh-y at that point. So if you go and you pay attention, there's sort of this claymation pixel art feel to Command & Conquer too. So I love the look and the feel and the idea of it. But like, as a computer, what are you supposed to do at this point? You know, and then also as the human who's attacking the computer, oh, this one turret is decimated. Oh my god! He took out 2 of our vehicles? Jeez, he put up one hell of a last stand. But yeah, it's like there's you know, in Command & Conquer and StarCraft, you could do like a commando raid into a base. These guys are just chilling. You can do a commando raid into a base and take out someone's like command center or their construction yard. And if you do that, you can like cripple them. There's no comparable... Like, there's no comparison in this game. You can't do, like, a commando... Oh, he's just shooting them? No breaks in my army. You'll get a a chest full of bullets.
Is in the gear and get that ship mobilized. This sector.
Man, this guy's really chewing them out. But yeah, you can't really do a commando raid into someone's base because someone's base is just spread out into all these territories. And even if you got to their like command center, there's really like no penalty, it doesn't seem, to taking out like the few units they have in their command center. I think you can actually destroy their base if you get in there, but it's like really hard to do. And basically, long story short, like I find the strategy in this game is not the same kind of strategy that I look for in a strategy game, and that's why... Did we see this cutscene already? Are they just repeating cutscenes now? And anyway, that's why I basically just prefer Command and Conquer over this. I don't know, like, it's a fine strategy game, you know, Strategama! It's just like a different style of strategy game, I guess I would say. As I say, I did play the Shareware version of this back in the day. Man, remember the days when Shareware discs were a thing? I think I got this game, I bought like a copy of like PC Gamer magazine. It came with like a Shareware disc of like 10 games and 10 demos. And this was one of them. And yeah, I mean, those were great days. You know what? Even though I wasn't a huge fan of this game, I so missed the days when you could literally just buy a magazine. 9 minutes! Holy crap. Oh yeah, I think the more territories you grab, the faster, or the lower that time goes. So owning territories does kind of matter in this game, beyond just getting access to factories and stuff. But back in the day, it's like developers would actually go out of their way to put a demo in your hand. Like, I feel like nowadays, people don't even, like, not only do people not make demos, where's this tank going? Oh, he's taking like a long, convoluted route. Okay, is there anything up here that he could capture? Probably nothing. Why not just drive? What a long, convoluted way. Are tanks not allowed to not drive on the road? Like, okay. I'm literally driving right in front of their factory. I guess I'm gonna try and go and take over that factory. We got psychos now. They have a machine gun and 12 grenades. Alright. And they're crazy. Alright, the tank is gonna blow our way. Now it's our turn to shoot through this mountain. And once we get in there, we're going to blow up the Gatling gun, and then we're totally going to take control of this factory. So this is how we're going to get a slight advantage, and then over time, this will accumulate into our victory. But yeah, there was a time when like developers not only made demos, they don't make demos anymore, but they not only made demos, they actually wanted you to play them. I think, you know what I think happened with demos is the internet. And you would think, wouldn't the internet be great for demos? Because you could get demos to the consumer a lot easier. Well, you can, but also what happened with the internet is YouTube. And Let's Play videos, like the one you're seeing right now, right? So imagine back in the day, Z or Z here had just come out, and you were wondering if you should buy it. Well, my guy just decided to blow up part of the mountain just for fun. What's with this guy? He's not even attacking. He's just sauntering by the enemy. All right, I guess his strut was enough to intimidate the enemy into surrendering. And that guy's just still blowing up a mountain. He's like, I'm having too much fun, gotta blow up the mountain. All right, we have at least over half the map, so I think we're doing pretty good. But yeah, so once YouTube came out, people would be like, oh, I wonder if I should buy this game, and they would just watch a Let's Play, and that would be enough for them. And once developers realized that, they were like, hey, we should not make a demo, because first of all, it takes time and effort, and second of all, people just watch the gameplay and buy it like there, and then we don't have to like, and then people don't get burned out of the game because they've never tried it. So developers stopped making demos, and that was a sad day. I lived off Shareware when I was a kid. I could never afford many video games when I was young, so like I legitimately lived off of Shareware. Like I legitimately, oh, he's just gunning the guys down as they spawn. All right, he didn't even turn to look at them. Oh, that's cold, man. He was just like did a drive-by, was like passing by, literally gunned down 3 other blue robos. This is like red versus blue. This is like, where's this tank going? This is like StarCraft or Halo, the red versus blue series. Red robots versus blue robots. They got some issues between them. They don't get along, never have. The red side decided to kill the blue side, and the blue side decided to fight back. What other units we got here? Let's go with Psychos, I think. That one tank, if you look in the bottom left corner of the mini-map, he's on like a, oh, what? He just blew up one of my units. Oh no, how are we gonna stop this guy? I don't know that we can. I don't know that we have the capacity to. I think tanks are OP in this game, so we better switch this to a tank. Like, forget about Jeeps, they just go down like pastrami. I don't know why he wanted to capture our radar dish, but he did. I don't even know what the radar dishes do in this game. They don't seem to do very much. I guess they tell you when enemies are close. So maybe now I can't see the movement of my opponent, but I don't think it really matters all that much. I can just assume that they're like 13 to 8. I don't know. We outnumber them. They're around somewhere. It's not hard to find them. There's no fog of war. Yeah, I miss the Shareware days. I couldn't afford a lot of computer games as a kid, so I lived off of Shareware, and it was really rare for me to. Oh God, he blew up my turret too. Oh, thank God we took him out though. And we just take this back, and now his attack means nothing. Yeah, it was really rare for me to actually buy a game, so it's like, you know, I would often get demo discs that had like a bunch of Shareware games, and then I would try out the games, and like once in a while I'd buy the full version, but often I lived off the Shareware. Like I played the Shareware levels of Duke Nukem 3D so much, it's unbelievable. The Shareware episode of Doom I played multiple times. The other ones I've barely played in my life. It's like I was the poor kid who played Shareware, I'll admit it. Anyway, what's going on here? We've got the grunts down here. They recently recaptured the territory. So yeah, we're doing pretty solid. Basically now you just sort of like lock down all the roads and stuff. It is kind of cool how the vehicles stay on the roads, but oh my God, this Jeep just took out everyone. Are you kidding? Okay, well, grunts were so effective. Oh, we're gonna go take the Jeep back. All right. Like they literally must be running out of units. They only have 5 left. If we can just find these 5 dudes. Oh my God, they move so slow. Get to the Jeep, you fools. Even the Jeeps move slow. Everything in this game is super slow. It's like the slowest commando raid ever of that enemy Jeep that's like in our territory. I guess we'll let that Jeep continue. It's so far along. I like how the tank's just like, get out of the way, Mountain. Get out of the way. Oh no, no, get in the Jeep. Get in the Jeep, you son of a bitch. All right, fine. Well, if you're gonna go into my territory, I'm just gonna straight up capture yours. That's how this whole process is going to work. 4 seconds. See, if I cancel this right now, I'd lose all this build time. But now, as soon as it's done, I can cancel it and switch it. So, yeah, I don't know. Are you guys a fan of like this style of strategy? I mean, obviously you're watching Z or Z here for some reason. You might be watching it just because you know. Oh God. 3, 2, 1. Oh, they almost got the Jeep. They almost got it. Okay, this is a fresh Jeep. Can it take out two Jeeps that have seen some combat? Or they're just scattering. They're just like, forget this. We're a hit and run group. We are not a combat operation. All right, we got one guy. Can we kill the other guy? If so, there's like 3 loose Jeeps just oh. Okay, so there's officially 4 Jeeps just hanging out my territory. Kind of reminds me of how, like, in Back to the Future 2, when Marty is back in 1955, there's actually, or no, Back to the Future 3. The beginning of Back to the Future 3 takes place in 1955. There's something like 5 or 6 DeLoreans right now in that time period. There's the one that Doc hid in the cave from the, from the cowboy era. There's the one that's in town from Back to the Future 2 when they come back to 1955. There's also one in town from the original movie that's in 1955. There's one that old Biff has back, when he brought himself the almanac that's back there in 1955. And how many others are there? It's something like, I guess it's Back to the Future 2, not 3. But there's in one of the movies, in one point, there's something like 5 or 6 DeLoreans in 1955 at the same time. Totally a crazy idea. So let's pretend these are all DeLoreans, and they all just happen to be, and we're all in 1955, because it makes me feel cool to think about that. Anyway, I don't know how the computer can recover from this point. They're totally screwed. Yeah, let's take them for it. Oh, this guy's still on his commando raid. He's still gunning people down. Can you kill him, please? Oh, we even blew up his Jeep. We're like, that's one DeLorean we don't want on our side. Too many bad memories of comrades who were killed. We didn't even get to pick our color, by the way. Maybe we wanted to be the blue team. The gamer developers don't know. They just assign us red without even asking. It's cold, man. It's cold. We're the Brotherhood of Nod, I guess, if we're going with Command & Conquer references. Grunts reporting. Grunts are like a common kind of, like they're in Warcraft, there's grunts. Here, there's grunts. I feel like grunt is like a common real-time strategy unit type. Okay, we have 2 tanks and 3 Jeeps. Let's just end this. Let's just end this right now. The enemy should literally just surrender. I don't think there's a surrender option. Okay, okay, 3 guys just decided not to be a part of the fight. 1 Jeep is down instantly. This is really not going the way I thought it would. Let's just see. Okay. We kill. All right, there we go. Smoking. That's like a Jim Carrey reference from The Mask. This game is so 90s. It's crazy. All right, gun him down. Okay, that army is just sort of piecing back. They're not really interested in doing anything. Okay, we have the main territory. I guess, is there anyone left? I think there must be someone left up here. Oh, there's just 1 lone guy in a Gatling turret. So here we go. 3 Jeeps and a bunch of dudes. One strategy that actually is useful in this game is to bring guys along with your vehicles, because if your pilot does get shot and killed out of a vehicle, it's good to actually have someone who can hop into it right away. Like as you saw there in my other territory, oh, this guy's like running away from the base before it explodes. There were 4 loose Jeeps just hanging out one of my territories at one point. That would have been very dangerous. If the enemy had AI, they could have captured them and then had 4 vehicles. And that actually could have swung the game a little bit in their favor, so you kind of really got to pay attention to that. Anyway, we're a Robo Lieutenant now. We killed 14 units and we lost 17. This is like the only real-time strategy game where I'm usually don't have like a positive kill-death ratio. Okay, I swear we've seen this cinematic before. I feel like they're all the same, or they all start off the same at least, and then maybe something different happens, like en route to our next battle. So where are we going now? We fought our way through the gruesome desert for some reason. We got one more desert battle in us. I think we do. I think we do. Our ship kind of looks like an ant. Okay, desert islands. All right, here we go. So the maps are getting bigger. So let's see. Okay, let's spread out real quick. We want to capture factories and vehicles as quickly as we can. Oh, see, those guys knew what to do. They instinctively figured out they should capture that territory. Let's send these guys kind of up to the middle. So we always want to have at least like 55% of the map. 55 to 60% of the map is what you want. That's how you ensure your victory at all times. So it's good to like grab the territories near the center first, because then it sort of deters the enemy from grabbing them. But I guess it can be risky, because if the enemy gets the center territory, or if you get the center territory and the enemy swoops in and grabs your factory right before you produce something, it was all for naught. So grabbing the back territories are pretty good too, because you know they're pretty secure. So they'll start producing units right away. So there we go. So we got some good territories here. I'm gonna skip the little ones to the left and right, because I really want to grab these center ones. Oh no, there's guys up there. Where are my guys? Oh, they're going for a swim too. Can I shoot them? Oh god. Oh, shoot them, man. Okay, no, run away. Okay, they totally got the territory. And they're just shooting. That one guy didn't even defend himself. I feel like sometimes my soldiers are just like uninterested in living. They're like, you know what's useless? Not dying. So I'm gonna go ahead and die. Alright, this I feel like the tanks again are like super OP. Like you have one tank and it totally makes it easy to like take these guys out. So I think, as I said a little earlier, apparently this game had a sequel, but I had never heard of the fact that it had a sequel. Oh, the Jeeps are so good at taking out infantry too. So it's sort of like a rock, paper, scissors situation, except the tank is rock and rock beats everything. So the Jeep beats soldiers, and the tank beats everything, and the soldiers beat nothing. So this is not rock, paper, scissors at all. This is just a straight up hierarchy of some units are better than others. Oh, but soldiers sometimes can beat a Jeep. Didn't know that. Now what do I do? One thing I guess you have to pay attention to is the fact that vehicles can't go through the water. So, oh, those guys are just not interested in capturing that territory, I guess. I don't know where they're going. Oh, they're being lured to the territory that hasn't been captured yet. So see, they're going for the open flag. This is actually good. I have a machine gun turret here. I will kill them. I should leave this territory uncaptured, and that would like lure enemies to their deaths. So I think I try and do that, but I forget how successful I am with it. But yeah, this game had a sequel. It was called Z Steel Soldiers. I say Z because this game was made in America, and Americans say Z, so it's Z, guys. I know. Some of you say Zed. I say Zed too, but let's go with Z. Z Steel Soldiers was the sequel. I don't ever remember even hearing about that. Like, I don't ever remember hearing that this sequel existed or that anyone played it. Like, Z here was pretty famous when it came out. I think it was, like, hyped up a lot because, like, again, Command & Conquer and StarCraft were popular at the time. People were like, this is another real-time strategy game. It's going to be huge. And then it came out, and then people were sort of like, meh. You know, like, it was okay. It was fine, but, like, it definitely did not have the cultural impact of StarCraft or Command & Conquer, you know. So, after this game came out, people sort of... We're switching these to tanks, by the way, obviously. For obvious reasons. People sort of were like, yeah, you know, actually, it's not that great. It's fine, but... So, yeah, like, I remember hearing about this game. I knew about it when I got the demo disc, and it was supposed to be, like, a hot new thing. And it was fine, but it just, you know... I don't think it was memorable enough that I would go out of my way to, like, find the sequel. And again, I wasn't super into the style of strategy. So, yeah, it ended up just being one of those things that, like... Yeah, I guess there's a sequel, but, like, I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it's the same gameplay style or what. I mean, the devs who made this game, they also made, what did they make? It was the Brutal Deluxe, Speedball 2 Brutal Deluxe. Remember that game that we played? Again, the graphics kind of look like similar to Cannon Fodder or whatever, so you might think that Sensible, the company Sensible made this, but no, it was actually Bitmap Brothers, and they did Speedball 2 Super Deluxe, or Brutal Deluxe, or whatever it was. Now let's capture that Jeep. Boom! Tank beats everything. Rock beats everything. So yeah, they made that. They made a bunch of other games too. Like, they're a known company, and they make quality games. And this was one of the ones they made, so there you go. But yeah, I guess, you know, it would have been nice for them, obviously, if Z had kind of taken off and there'd been sequels and stuff, but... you know, I don't know, just it wasn't a game that just sort of caught on. And again, I think it's for all the reasons I've kind of outlined here. But that said, I mean, I still love looking at this game. This game looks amazing. Makes me want to go back and look up some California Raisin videos on YouTube or something like that. Like, do you guys know what I'm talking about with, like, the claymation style to the graphics? And how Command & Conquer also had a bit of that claymation feel to it? StarCraft didn't really as much have that claymation-y feel. It's hard to describe, but do you guys, like, understand what I'm saying? Because, like, I really like that graphical style. It's one of my favorite styles of all video games. Another thing these guys remind me of, too, by the way, is the Crash Test Dummies. Not the band, but... Do you guys remember Crash Test Dummies? They started off as, like, a series of commercials to, like, warn kids to wear their seatbelts, but they turned into, like, a cartoon and stuff because they were, like, so successful, and they had action figures. They were these, like, dummies, like crash test dummies that they use in vehicle testing, but they had, like, a button on their chest, and you press the button, and, like, their head and their arms would pop off, like, they would explode. Those toys were friggin' awesome. I remember having those when I was a kid. I think we decided to build a Gatling gun because why not? We haven't seen one yet. Oh my god, this is going to be a grunt massacre. I'm just like, retreat! A single tank is coming. Oh, they actually killed the pilot. That's totally awesome. Alright. I'm attributing that to the psychos. I don't think the grunts have it in them to do jack anything, so. The grunts suck. Oh my god, where are they getting these tanks? Freaking, what the hell? Tanks galore. Kill the pilot. Oh, we did kill the pilot. Damn. All right. Well, now we have all the tanks, and now it's time to storm the computer and end this. Time to end you. But yeah, Crash Test Dummies. Crash Test Dummies were totally awesome. So they had, like, a TV show and toys. The 80s was totally, like, the period of, like, literally making up TV shows to sell toys. Like, it was just what happened in the 80s. There was a time before, like, He-Man and Ninja Turtles and all that stuff when, like, people would make things, and if the things caught on, then they would make toys. Like, they would say, like, I have this idea for a show, it's about X, Y, or Z, and, you know, it's pretty good, and if it catches on, we'll make toys. We'll merchandise the toys. What happened in the 80s, oh, I like how the tank is just like, get out of my way, Mountain. I don't go around. I'm too inconvenienced by minor obstacles. I have to decimate them. But in the 80s, it was like Instead of like coming up with a successful show first, they were first like, let's brainstorm toys, and then we'll just design a show around it. And the show is like literally existed as a giant toy commercial to just sort of sell the toy to kids. So it was an awesome time to be alive, man. It was an awesome time to be alive. I think that's why, like, you know, when you grow up in that era, then you watch shows that are actually made because they're like supposed to be good shows, and you're like, what is this crap? What is this garbage? There we go. Boom! We killed the enemy. Like, you know how everyone sort of says, oh, you know, kids shows aren't as good as when I was a kid. Like, people who grew up in the 80s say that, like myself. But I think what it really is like we grew up in a very specific kind of kid show, which was basically a toy commercial. And they don't necessarily do those as much anymore, or they're not as obvious about it. So, like, real kid shows are like a show first, you know, like mind blown. And then so we watch it and we're like, hey, this isn't trying to sell me some kind of zany, gross out, barfy action figure. What kind of garbage is this crap, you know? Like, we're just, like, offended by the concept. How dare they not try to take advantage of my children and sell them toys? I'm so offended. All right, off to another planet this time. Right. We made it to another planet. So Desert Planet has been cleansed. It was a genocide against the blue robots. It's been ethnically cleansed of all things blue, leaving only the glorious, superior red robos to rule Arrakis. And now we're off to the volcano planet.
This is an F-type planet with light precipitation and an average day temperature of 30 degrees centigrade. Areas of interest include Dante's Burger Bar.
Dante's Burger Bar. Interesting. All right, so now we're off to conquer Volcano Land, I guess. Pull up! These guys are so zany, it's crazy. Hot nuts. So, if I'm remembering correctly, this level does not go as well as the other levels that we've played so far. So my strategy is going to be very similar to what I did before. I'm going to try and like swarm out and capture territories as quickly as I can and try and hold on to the majority of the map. Now, again, we'll see what ends up happening here, but ooh, there's a loose tank just sitting right over there. I definitely will, don't mind if I do, head over there and take that. Now, we'll see how well this strategy works out, but let's just say that it doesn't go as smoothly as I would have preferred it to. So if I can get to that now. I'm not going to get to it in time, so my mission now is to destroy it. If I can't have that tank, then nobody can. Alright, so this map doesn't... There's just loose tanks all over the place. Okay, hold on. Before you guys go up there, totally come and capture this tank. Because I think a tank is more important than a couple of extra soldiers. Might just be me, but I think the value of a tank outstrips some soldiers. Oh god, except if the soldier piloting the tank dies. Then that's a bit of a problem. Alright, let's just go and kill these psychos. So the psychos are just like soldiers that happen to carry machine guns, I guess. Just means like they're tougher than the other robos in the army. I keep calling them robos. I guess robots. Would robots make you guys feel more comfortable? Robos just sounds right. It's a bunch of robo dudes. Okay, we can totally capture. They've left this one undefended as well. This mission seems to be going just as well as the other missions so far, actually. So maybe we will be okay. Maybe this is all gonna be just fine. We're building grunts, the most useless of all the unit. Sure, build a jeep. Can we capture these territories, by the way? Okay, there we go. We got that one. All right, we got half the map. Seems not bad, actually. Now, I don't know why he's just sitting there. It's like the computer like has a lot of trouble making decisions. It's like, but if I capture the flag, then they will own the territory. And it's just like sitting there pondering. It's just like pondering an incomprehensible riddle. Like, what's the sound of one hand clapping? There's like just a jeep hanging out over there. Let's try and kill that gun. Where are all those little critters, by the way? Like, you see the critters over here that we just sort of scrolled past? They look like little, like, Jim Henson character creations or something like that. Maybe that's also why I like them. I think XCOM almost has a Play-Doh-y feel, but not quite. But the graphics a little bit remind me of XCOM. Oh, shoot. What do we do in this scenario? The computer has gone behind enemy lines and taken territory. Oh god, it took 2 territories. What happened to my tank over here? My tank is dead. Okay, so this is how you lose a level. This is what it looks like this is basically what it looked like from the computer's perspective for the last couple of levels when we were playing. And by the way, there's no way to reset the level. Like here I'm like, okay, we've lost the game. Can we just reset this? There's literally no way to abandon the game. You just have to like sit here and lose slowly. At least I haven't been able to figure one out. Maybe that A in the top right corner, if we press that, we could abort the mission. Maybe that's what the A stands for. But like there's no surrender, there's no restart mission. You just literally, it's actually really frustrating. And the reason my second run went so poorly, so the first 2 missions, by the way, again, I lost. The second time I went to play this game and recorded my audio live, and it just sort of was such a disaster. I was like, forget it. Like, I'll just figure something else out. Yeah, we got the tank. But after losing to the second mission, I was like, you know what, let me just abort the mission. And there was no other option. I was like, I don't know, maybe quit will do it. And I hit yes to quit, and it booted me back to the main menu. And I was just screwed. Like, I had no save games. Like, there's just nothing. I feel like that's shenanigans. Oh, by the way, I've just figured out these buttons in the bottom left corner. That one cycles through vehicles. This one selects, like, soldiers. And the B selected bases. The T turns on and off terrain. The D, I don't know what the D does. The Z the Z is zones. So yeah, and if you click on the unit, then you zoom to the unit. So he's got a machine gun and grenades. So yeah, I'm just experimenting. Like at this point, I'm like, well, I've totally lost the mission. Might as well just like waste some time while I wait to lose. But I mean, like, look how long it takes to actually lose. This is actually a frustrating amount because, like, imagine you're on like a near end level mission. Oh, we got a Jeep. I guess we'll take it. Imagine you're on like a near end level mission and then you're totally gonna lose, but you know, it's gonna take the computer another 10 minutes to beat you. Like, you might as well just get up and walk away from your computer because there's no way to actually reset the level. I mean, I guess what you would do is use save states. Like, you would save the game at the beginning of the level, and if you're gonna lose, you just load it. So I mean, I guess I could have done that, but like, I don't know, like, I kind of feel like it's a basic thing to be able to, you know, just surrender on a mission and restart the mission. That seems pretty basic. You shouldn't have to depend on save games for that. And I didn't, if I knew, I would have used them, but I didn't know. So look at all the computer, like, the computer's all over the place, man. Like, I can't even tell where their soldiers are. There's just so many of them. I guess they're just slowly gonna take me over. And all I can do is like, look at the glorious artwork and just kind of like, be like, yeah, I mean, the game looks stunning. It looks amazing. But, I mean, what else is there to say or do in this scenario? Like, if you could hurry up and kill me, I would appreciate that. Oh, and by the way, you can take guys out of Gatling guns and stuff. I didn't know that. So whatever, we'll take him out. We'll put him in a Jeep. Maybe he can take on the other Jeep, and that'll be like a small, like, symbolic victory. You can't eject guys from these. Or if you build a vehicle from a factory, you can't eject guys out of that. So it's only like if a soldier captures something, you can eject him out of that. So, yeah. I think the computer's now starting to tell me that I'm losing. There's just like random voiceovers that like, you suck. You're gonna die. You're gonna win. Yeah, like, did you hear that? It said, they're gonna win. So, thanks a lot. I know they're gonna win. There's literally nothing I can do about it. Maybe this Jeep will go on a commando mission. Maybe it will capture all the other flags, and that'll show the opponent. That'll show the dastardly computer. All right, we got one. You're a wasteland. All right, I'm pretty sure I can capture another one right up here. We're making a comeback somehow. Somehow this is all going to work out. Okay, well, not if they just capture. They like casually captured that back by just a couple of dudes after I got it. So you're hopeless. Like, give me a break. Give me some. I need motivation now, not mockery. I think, what do I have? 2 units left in the entire game. You've had it. Okay. Maybe I can kill these guys. Your fort is under attack. Oh god, they have bazookas! Oh no! Oh, that's how infantry outranks vehicles. Is they get bazookas and stuff. Okay. Well, this does not bode well for the survival of Jeep Man here. GP Grunto. He's dead, and we're dead. We just straight up lost that mission. This is like the 4th or 5th mission, by the way, and I never figured out a way to beat this mission. This mission is brutal. Oh, and that freaked me out when I first saw that. I thought that was a blue screen of death. Anyway, we, we're getting a failure cutscene here. The general's chewing us out, telling us we suck. We had a pretty terrible kill ratio, you know. But we're not going to tell anyone about that failure, guys. You guys, take that to your grave. Don't let anyone know that I failed in this mission. Just shh, it'll be our little secret. Let's try this again. Let's try this again straight up. And we're going to do better on this one this time. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we had one failure under our belt, but hey, what are you going to do? Sometimes you fail at things. It's just how it goes. And so this time we had a much more reserve strategy. I wanted to sort of keep my guys bundled up together, make sure we're guarding key flags, and just not let, guard roadways and stuff. Don't let enemies, get behind you and screw up. We'll switch these immediately. Make sure we're producing good stuff. Oh, tanks! Yes, we will manufacture tanks. Just basically not let the enemy take any of these territories. So my goals are modest. Hold this C, this blue C that we've got. It's like a reverse C. Enemies seem to be just running past me, which is fine, except I have nothing to defend. If they do get behind. Oh my god. Oh my god. Destroy the tank! Don't let it end like this, man. Kill the tank. We got the first shot off. If you die. Oh, jeez. Man, alright, so the tank survived. Okay, now we have 2/3 of the map. Feeling good. Just keep things defended for a couple more minutes till the first wave of reinforcements. Oh, he didn't even capture the flag. I thought he was totally going to capture the flag. We're going to go ahead and snag that vehicle while we can. Oh, damn it. And he captured the flag, but there's only like 30 seconds. So this is what sucks about this game. There's no way for me to get over there and capture that flag fast enough to get my units back. And I mean, I guess you could say it's my fault for not defending the flag and the enemy spotted an opportunity, but that really sucks. I'm pretty sure I'm building a tank there too. So that means it's going to be 2 tanks. And oh my god, this is turning out pretty bad pretty quickly. Somehow we lost this tank or this, I don't know what it was, a Jeep, something. So hard to keep track of where all my guys are. Oh, come on. Where are the soldiers? I sent psychos over here. Where are they? Seriously, oh my god, they're so slow. They're down there by the Jeep. 5, 4, watch. And it is another tank. So I've lost the game. And it's like 11-9 if you look at the score in the bottom. There's just nothing for me to do here. They've just straight up won. So yet again, another failure. I mean, I guess what I should be doing is paying attention to how the computer beat me, and then trying to use their tactics against them. Like maybe I could capture that flag, but there's like a turret right there, so I don't see that happening. So I don't know. Maybe if I could get there fast enough, I could have like stolen their unit, but like, it's just not possible. We can capture this territory back, I guess, and then continue to try to defend, but like we need a miracle here. Like we're against the ropes, man. Oh my god. And there goes my Jeep. Alright, so just guys, don't follow the road because there be tanks up there, for the love of god. Freaking crash test dummy robo idiots. And where'd that other tank go, by the way? Okay, come on, we have 45 seconds to hold out until we get another tank. We might have killed a tank or a Jeep. Boom! Come on! Boom! Alright, well at least we can kill those guys. I don't know. Where's that tank going, by the way? Like, what is his end game? His strategy is to go to a place. Okay. So, oh my god, he one-shotted my turret! Okay, well, we can stop the flow of reinforcements. What now, buddy? What now? 11 seconds and... Oh no! I didn't even know that could happen. I swear I didn't know that could happen. He blew himself up. Look, he blew up in the process. Blue screen of death again. Panicked me for a second time. We lost yet again on like level 4 or 5 or whatever it is. I think what it is that my brain just does not work at the level of Z here. The strategies that you need in Z are just kind of like not the strategies. Like I just don't think in terms of like a territory capture game. Just not very good at it. So yeah, I think I'd play this one more time, but I lose once again. And I mean, we should start wrapping up anyway. You know, Z here is one of the games that I wanted to play for my Saturday afternoon game series. It's not in the book 1001 Video Games You Must Play Before You Die, for obvious reasons. I mean, like, it's not a bad game by any stretch or any measure. And it is kind of a cool territory capturing game. I think if I had more time with this, I could get better at it. Of course I could get better at it. But at the same time, I kind of feel like it's just not 100% my style of game. If you do like this game, that, you know, my opinion, the fact that it's just not for me should not take away from your enjoyment at all. But it's just, I don't know what it is. Like, Z just doesn't 100% click with me. I just don't find it as fun as like a Command & Conquer or StarCraft. Like, I don't get as much satisfaction beating a level of Z as I do. I feel so much more in control of like StarCraft and Command & Conquer that it makes me feel very satisfied when I beat the level, because I feel like I actually outsmarted the computer. Here I just feel like I'm barely hanging on until I have an insurmountable advantage, and then the computer just can't do anything to win. Like that's what Z kind of feels like to me. So yeah, I don't know. It's like a fun and interesting game. It has amazing graphics. I will say that much about it. But you know, it was never my favorite, but I did want to come back and play it for like old time's sake. Like, again, I totally remember playing this on a Shareware CD. I love the fact that I used to get games and just, you know, back in the day there was no internet to look anything up. So like, you see a few screenshots in a magazine, you think that game looks cool. And again, this game did look awesome in a magazine. And so you totally want to play it, and you'd find a copy of PC Gamer, an edition that came with a free demo of it, and boom, Bob's your uncle. Before you know it, you're playing some Z. So it was kind of cool like that, but yeah. Anyway, what do you guys think of Z here? Is it a game that you yourself have some experience with? Were there tips you could have offered that would have helped me win? Or is it just hopeless? You know, I'm just too bad at this game. Are there fond memories you have of Z? Do you remember when it was a Shareware game? Did you try it out? And if so, you know, did you like what you tried, or was it also sort of like a meh situation where you're like, maybe just not for me? I don't know. Whatever your thoughts of Z may be, leave them in the comment down below. What are these guys doing? Parkouring off a rock before they attack the enemy? Like, what was that about? What's going on with that rock? The pathfinding in this game is bizarre, man. Like, it's just kind of weird. At times, I'm just like, what is the computer doing? The fact that all the vehicles really want to travel on roads is just weird. But anyway, whatever your thoughts may be about Z, leave them in the comments down below. And as always, whether you have enjoyed, you know, the game or not, hopefully I have made it entertaining for you. If I have, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I should say that, you know, we're rounding that 300 videos mark in the 1001 videos, and that means that we're at our 3-year anniversary of when this channel started. And actually, I just wanted to say real quick, you know, like, if you have been watching this series for any amount of time, I just want to thank you for like taking the time to watch these videos. I'm really happy. If you're watching them, you must be enjoying them. So it's really awesome to me that you found the series and you do seem to be enjoying things. You know, this series is all about nostalgia and having fun. And if when you watch my videos, you feel nostalgia and you also enjoy listening to me, then I feel like I have won, I have succeeded, and it also like makes me feel super awesome to know that you're out there watching these things. So thank you so much for sticking around, being a fan. I hope we have lots of great stuff, lots of great memories to make in the future, and lots of great videos to come. My solemn promise to you is I will always try and continue to make these videos as fun as I can. And yeah, that's all I have to say for today, guys. So until next time, you all take care of yourselves, and good luck with your robo armies. May you have better luck than me. And Strategama! Go and get your Strategama on. All right, until next time, guys. Peace. Oh, I don't even know what to do. Like, we're just losing. We're losing on level 2 now. What the hell? What the hell, man? I swear that when I played this the first time, we didn't lose. Oh man, this makes me. Oh look, there. Now his tank's just empty, and I don't even have a guy to send over there. Oh look, and he built a Gatling gun. Are you joking me? Are you joking me? Like, oh my god.